Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel. It's me, Nate. Hope you guys had a good weekend. It was Black Friday, Cyber Monday, and I actually made some purchases too myself on Steam, which is why we're here today. Now, usually we do flight sims, but given that I actually managed to purchase this recently for, I think it was 40% off on Steam, I figured it was worth taking it out for a run. I've actually always wanted the ground control module. There's a lot of stuff you can do with the ground control module with the JTAC, and also some cool stuff you can do with one person per tank doing missions backed up by airplanes or helicopters. I really hope to do something like that in the next couple of weeks. Life's a bit hectic at the moment, so I do apologize why my videos have become shorter or not as much being produced at the moment. I am moving countries. I'm moving to New York permanently, at least for the foreseeable future, and I'm also getting married, so got stuff happening there. But just for the meanwhile, just for a quick test run of the new Challenger. This is actually my first time booting it up. I've been playing with the ground control stuff for a little while, read the manual, and I finally figured out how everything works. It's actually a very simple cut down version of the game. I do have an actual tank sim called Steel Beast, and I had a bit of fun with that, but that was a bit too complicated. This is a little bit easier. In fact, this is a WASD control vehicle with a few other extra buttons thrown in, which I will go through in a moment. A little bit about the Challenger. I mean, I've actually been in one of these. I used to be in the Territorial Army, so I actually was in a Challenger 2 regiment, although we rarely ever actually got into these vehicles. We did our training mostly on Land Rovers. And of course on our annual summer camp, we got to actually play with the tanks themselves and in the simulator. But not much I can tell you about this, unfortunately. The armor, of course, is classified. I don't know. We were never briefed on it. And has a very quite good power weight ratio, given that the tank is 62 tons, which is one of the heavier tanks in service today. 120mm rifle barrel, good to about I think we were 2.5 kilometers or something like that. It's a reasonable range weapon. Full crew, driver in the front and the middle. One of the interesting facts, of course, is that if the gun isn't centered, that the driver actually can't get out. So that's one of the sort of death trap things about it. But I think it was worse than the Challenger 1. I had a look at that in Bovington Tank Museum while I was there. Anyways, done ranting. So I've also been told actually that you can sometimes hear my breathing or lipping in on the mic. Unfortunately, I'm on a budget at the moment, so I haven't got around to getting a decent mic. So I apologize for that now. If it is annoying, please tell me in the comments. And if you also want more other stuff done in the comments, please let me know. I've been playing with Elite Dangerous and IL 46 and Battle Stalingrad, and that hasn't seemed to be got much attention, so I think those are not popular, and I'll probably stay away from them in the future, and I'll just do more DCS BMS stuff, because that seems to be quite the point of interest here. Anyways, jumping into the tank. It will be a bit noisy, but I will try to cut the noise down as best as I can. So here goes. Right, so here we're in the turret. You can toggle between the turret and the driver position with left control C. I've actually put on the world map, if I can F10, a target here. So we're just going to drive down the road, go to the airfield, lock up the target, and kill it. So just a quick little test run. Shouldn't take more than a couple minutes. So go back to the cockpit. Well, back to the office. You can actually drive the vehicle in both the driver position and also the gunner position. So in theory, you can do everything. So, but I will do it from the driver position for sake of argument. Let's put it into gear. At the bottom right, you can see gear neutral, and we want to put it into gear drive. Let's check the roads. No vehicles right, and no vehicles to the left. Driving to the airfield. Let's overtake this guy. If we can manage it. 40 miles per hour. Now, there are no collision models for this, so I believe I can just run into this building. Yeah. Oh, there is a collision model. They put them in. Excellent. Well, I'm mistaken. I should have researched my facts before I did. Now let's go back into reverse, which is Z. And go back into forward gear. So yeah, actually up until recently there was no collision model for DCS, so I'm actually really pleased that's there because it was a little bit rubbish before. It's just idle. Yeah, it's just. apologize for that bit of poor driving, and also someone jumped up and speak and said something, so I apologize for that too. But the tank is a little bit weird to control. It feels like it's on ice, and the mouse also feels a bit sluggish, weird. It feels like it's something for a gamepad, so I'm not sure what's going on here, but targeting things is very simple. Right click to zoom, and if you hit L, it activates laser finder, so you can see 563 meters from me, which is not that far. And actually, just for general information, for a tank up to 1,000 meters, which is 1 km, there's no need to adjust because the tank shell is flat trajectory at that distance. I actually believe this thing in the bottom is in feet, but that is not 500 meters from here. Anyway, left click trigger to fire. Target destroyed.
Target, cease fire.
So that was easy enough. Well, guys, that's actually it for me today. Other than that, I don't think I've got much else for you. I will probably do more stuff at some point. I do have a couple of other videos to do, and I know one of my subscribers actually asked me to do a tornado startup process and some buttons, so I'm going to do that for him at some point in the future. If you have any questions about any of the other aircraft in BMS, please feel free to ask. I have found out through questions and reading the manual a few things about some of the add-on aircraft, like the F4 Phantom. Has a few weird quirks to it, which the F-16 doesn't. So if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to put them below, and of course, always welcome to subscribe if you like it. But until then, this is me, Nate, out.